Welcome back to the Not My Weekend podcast. We are on Not My Weekend's Instagram Live. We are on the Meantime's Discord Live, where there is a Not My Weekend channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, join the Meantime's Discord because there's Not My Weekend stuff in there sometimes. And follow us on Instagram so you can watch the podcast live every now and then. And you can chat along with us. What's up to Instagram chat? What's up to Discord chat? Nick is about to go back to Laramie, Wyoming, where we are from, for the month of July. And I'm going to remain in Los Angeles and keep working on the Meantime podcast and keep working on Not My Weekend music. So this will be the last in-person Nick and Pat Not My Weekend pod for like the next 4-ish episodes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so you got this episode,
4 or 5, something like that.
And then so the Not My Weekend podcast for the summer will be either me with a guest or Nick and I on Zoom. But yeah, we wanted to get one in before Nick took off.
I'll say also, I'll also be helping to whatever extent I can from afar with the Not My Weekend things.
Oh, with the Not My Weekend music, you're meaning?
Yeah, with the tunes.
We've done a lot. Nick and I, in the last few weeks, have done a lot collaboratively with each other and with other people in such a way where we're in a place to start tracking things that we've already written, that Nick has already written, that people besides us have already written. So, yeah, I mean, and we still have to get Noah's input because drums is always kind of like the last thing that we do. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but it's all there in the folder.
It's all relative. It's all. Nick is right. It's all in a Dropbox. Working on Not My Weekend music. Fuck yeah, music. Discord chat. Maybe if you stick around, I'll play another demo for y'all. I think I played
Tantalizing.
Oh, also, I guess a little bit of house cleaning. We put up a podcast with Forever Came Calling, and then there was an unexpected week off, and then we just put up a podcast with Luke from Calling All Captains. And I wanted to apologize for the week off from the Not My Weekend podcast. Basically, there was a scheduling error on my end on when the Calling All Captains podcast would go up between us and their team, and then I didn't bank an additional episode of the show because I had the day wrong. Like, I thought it was going up 2 weeks ago, and it was, the week after.
A lot of folks were saying that they thought the show was over.
Yeah.
They thought it was done.
They thought the band broke up. We got lots of DMs that they hate us. Our social security numbers got leaked.
Yeah,
we
got
doxxed, death threats.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards, the works.
People were furious, dude. There was blood in the streets. They were saying it was like the same. Like, we might as well have canceled the Eras tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were demanding that we bring the podcast back. So here we are.
Call me Hope. I appreciate you. The Calling All Captains episode was charming. I appreciate that. Oh, Emmeline dropped our coordinates. That sucks. Can't wait for new music. There will be new music. Thank you. If you stick around, and maybe we'll play a demo in here. Maybe. Probably on Discord. Join the Meantime's Discord in the Meantime's Instagram bio. All right, but Nick and I, so a lot of this podcast, if you've really been watching from day one, a lot of this podcast has been retroactively revisiting like the biggest moments of our band, like our earliest songs, our earliest tours, our earliest studio time.
And welcome if you're new.
Nick and myself has expressed frustration that it's sometimes tough to remember all this stuff that happened in like 2018 and 2019 as we work up to the things that we're doing and working on right now.
So we have some like recent reminiscing that we get to do.
So it's really nice because before Nick goes back to Laramie, Wyoming, this is an episode about our experience on the Forever Came Calling All Captains tour, the most recent Not My Weekend live show experience that we just got home from.
Yeah, it's the last time that we played shows.
Yeah, it was. We played on the beginning of the Forever Came Calling All Captains headlining tour, opening for them in the 1 of 3 spot from May 24th, May 24th until June 1st, as 6 shows in a row. Also the first time we'd ever done that many shows in a row. And it was they're still on that tour right now. Go support go support them. If you're listening to this, go support that tour. Go see Forever Came Calling All Captains.
You'll have fun.
They were lovely to us. And they're very good bands. They're very good bands live.
They put on great shows. And you won't regret it if you if you do turn out for one of them.
And there's still a vlog to come. I've got a whole horizontal vlog that's going to go on this here YouTube channel from that tour. But man, what a way to start that tour, huh?
Yeah. So the tour started obviously with the van issues
on kind of a broken leg. We kind of started the tour on a limp leg.
For context, the van kind of had problems. It didn't break down necessarily.
Yeah, the van didn't break down. All right, so we're leaving Los Angeles to go to our first show the day before the first show in Reno, in Redding, California, which is like 5 hours north of Los Angeles.
Redding.
And Noah is driving, and I'm asleep in the back because the plan is for Noah to drive all day, and I'm going to get like 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm going to finish out the drive at night. And then we start the tour the next day. Like 20 minutes outside of LA. Like we're not even, like we just got off the main highway, or just got on the highway, rather.
Yeah.
That would lead us to
It was like the
Redding.
first uphill grade on the whole trip.
There is a large pop, and Noah and Nick and myself all start freaking out because the van, it sounded like we'd popped a tire.
Well, it sounded to me like something in the front end of the car popped, like a belt or something, and then it started like hissing, or whirring or something like that.
We heard a big pop, and then I wake up, and we're freaking out because we're realizing that every time Noah puts his foot on the gas of the van, it's going like, and then it stops when he takes his foot off the gas. And we're realizing that we're not able to get the car over about 65 miles an hour, which is brutal when you're trying to drive 5 hours.
Yeah, and there wasn't an exit for like, it was like 15 miles or something.
It felt silly. I mean, I guess in hindsight, I'm grateful we weren't on the side of the road, but it sucked and was spooky, and we're hearing this air when we put on the gas. And the real kicker of this story, and the kicker, it remains a kicker. It causes us issue even right now, is that it was Memorial Day. We figured it out. There were only 4 days a year that we could have run into this issue and been totally shit out of luck. And it was Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and one other. I don't remember what.
4th of July.
4th of July. And honestly, we probably could have gotten it fixed on Christmas, maybe.
I don't know. Do you even know what's wrong with it now?
Yes, I do know what's wrong with it now. So we pull off to a mechanic in Santa Clarita, a very nice guy. I'm in a bad mood because we're having car trouble. A very nice guy tells us that he believes it's our catalytic converter. He decides not to charge us for the inspection. He says, you can drive on it, but you could drive all the way there, but you could also, his metaphor was perfect. He says, you could also run a marathon with a sock in your mouth. Like, it would get you there, but it's just going to suck. It's going to not be good for the car. It's going to be hard on your engine. It's going to be loud. I mean, it's loud in the van. It's going every time we press on the gas pedal.
Can't go over 65 miles an hour.
And we'd be driving 65 miles an hour. It would turn a 5-hour drive into a 7.5, 8-hour drive, and we'd be limping the whole way there. So we turn around and we drive the car back to my house in LA. So we make no progress. Now it's like 3 p.m. We were supposed to be 4 or 5 hours down the road at this point. And we're just parked right back where we started at our house. And I call every muffler shop in Los Angeles because we are led to believe that we need a new catalytic converter. We have since found out that it wasn't even a catalytic converter, and that it was just a difficult issue to try and locate in the van. But we got to make a game plan because the shows start tomorrow. Thankfully, between Nick, Noah, and myself and a couple credit cards, we are able to rent a Turo van that is an hour south of the house, which is in the wrong direction of where we're trying to go. And I thank Nick again for this because it was his card that we were able to do this. But we rent a Turo, a nice Sprinter van, and we rent it up through the day before the last show of the tour. So this just sucks because we own the van, we are only playing 6 shows. We are already expecting to like not make any money on this run, like just break even, come home, and like keep doing the band thing. And then we start our first day $1,200, $1,400-ish in the hole, which is just it's a bad feeling. You know what I mean?
But it's cool that it wasn't like something that ended the tour.
Ended the tour or ended the van. Either way.
There are situations in the past where I can see that being like a deal breaker for the shows, just being like, not this time.
What situations in the past would we have just not done the shows?
Oh, if we just didn't have enough money to like rent a van, if we just didn't have a solution for getting where we were going.
But
which back in the day, like way back in the day, I mean,
way back in the day, I would have called in the cavalry to get us a car for sure. Also, we would have done the van in 2 cars. I mean, we would have done those.
I mean, I guess I'm assuming a situation where none of that is an option.
Yeah, which, like, I mean, we're very fortunate, but we've never been in that situation. You know what I mean? Which is lovely.
But sorry, you had something?
No, I was just gonna say, can you remember the other like solutions we were trying to figure out to problem solve for the van in that afternoon?
I mean, I felt like, from my perspective at least, it was pretty much like we understand what's wrong with the van. We didn't understand what was wrong with the van.
We thought we understood, yeah.
But that's where we thought we were, and we were like, no one's going to be able to fix it prompt enough. It didn't seem like there was much of a choice. It was either like rent a van or like get a van from someone we know.
Yeah, I was gonna say we hit up the friends and tried to acquire a different vehicle, and I hit up Bandigo and they were out of cars. They were like, we've got nothing for you. So it was kind of unconventional that we ended up renting this like very nice Ford like ready to tour van from from Turo. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that also sparked a debate with us in San Diego about whether or not we would tour in our van in the future. You know what I mean? That van has
that van.
No, in the green van.
Yeah, that particular van.
Yeah,
the green one.
Yeah. It is my van. It's the Not My Weekend van.
Back when it was made in 2002, it was seen
2003.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And technically, its best day was in 2014.
Which was when?
They replaced the front half of it.
Which parts?
Like the engine and the front of the car. It was in like a. I mean, this is before I had it, but it was in like a life-ending car accident, and they replaced like the whole front half of the car.
I didn't know it was in a. So it was like basically totaled.
It was basically total. It was basically total, but the McElwees were like, we just need this for what they were using it for at the time, and they like replaced most of the front end, like the.
So that's all to my point that the van is an absolute trooper.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's true.
It has been through a lot, and it has done its best, and it's served us really well. But at this point, I feel like it's not wise to continue putting tour miles on that thing.
Yeah, I get that. I just hate the idea of spending the money. Like I like the idea of that's what it comes down to for me. You know what I mean? Is just like the but I like the idea of having a different car too, like in my personal life. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's a bridge to cross when it comes.
So yeah, that was kind of a weird vibe. And then so we end up in this really nice van. It was a good time. And we drive to the first show in Redding, California. What'd you think about Redding? I liked it a lot.
It was cool. Yeah, it was good.
We met a guy there who knew all of the words to our songs, and he is the strongest guy that has ever listened to Not My Weekend by a long shot, bro. I feel like when you replica the engine, it's basically just a new car. Theseus's tour van. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there for that, so I don't know what that was like. I know that like I've probably put in like $2,000 or $3,000 like $1,000 a year-ish into the van potentially, like since it's been touring, but that's like just so much less than I'd be putting into like a car payment slash like Like that's how much it would cost $10,000 to rent a van for a full tour. So that's kind of where we've been at with it.
Yeah, it's a whole logistical thing to sort out for sure.
Sorry, I'm getting off. I was just reading chat. Redding, California.
It is a tiny root beer, by the way. Speaking of chat, I saw them in there speculating about whether you had big hands or if it was just a tiny root beer.
No. I have massive hands. I'm 6'7". I have massive hands. Large root beer. Normal size. Normal root beer. Normal root beer.
No, it's an itty bitty teeny tiny root beer.
Normal root beer. I'm 6'7". Okay, young gravy. Well, that's a weird one to pick.
Man, you're tall enough. You don't need to say you're taller than you are.
Damn straight. That's damn straight. That's one of those mini sodas. Oh, you're one of those mini soda guys, huh? Pat is actually 70. Redding can suck my dick. Why?
No, Redding's cool.
We were in Redding. It was fun. All right. So we're doing sound check in Redding with our new front of house person, Melissa, who is great. This is our first show together. She's very good vibes. And we're doing sound check, and it's taken us a while to dial in what we got to do. And I get up there, and I start going, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And God is good, and God lives in your heart through eternity. We lift them up to the Lord. Amen. And I'm doing this for a while.
It was a little bit more snide than that, I think.
It was shittier than that.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, look, I was raised Catholic. I was just singing hymns.
Motherfucking.
Motherfucking in the name of the motherfucking Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost in this bitch.
You were blaspheming and you knew it.
I was blaspheming a little bit, but it's from a place of love. It's loving blasphemy.
Yeah, you were reminiscing on your Catholic upbringing.
I was reminiscing for the sake of
as a sound check.
As a sound check, I was reminiscing on my Catholic upbringing as a sound check.
Yeah, and not just repeating the stuff, but kind of like doing your own spin on it.
And we're having fun. And the people that are working the bar are in there, the venue owners are in there, and the other bands are in there. And then we get off stage. And there's a local band that's opening the show.
They were great, by the way.
They were great. They were so much fun. They were really nice. And the guy, one of the guys running the bar, he comes up to us. He's like, that band that plays right before you guys is like a church band as a part, like from a mega church, like here in Reading. We were like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's like Christian band, Christian songs, like as a part of this huge mega church that's here in Redding, California. And I was like, and I was just up there doing that. He was like, yeah, you were doing Name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit for a long time up there. And I was like, And Noah and Melissa thought it was so funny.
What it was is that there was a guy who was bartending who had like what did his shirt say? That was what set you off, I think.
Oh, well, this was cool. The bar that we were playing at, I should look it up, but the bar we were playing at, they had like all of their bar shirts were parodies of other shirts.
Mm-hmm. It was like a Bad Religion shirt.
It was a Bad Religion shirt. That is what
but it didn't say Bad Religion.
No, I just know the logo.
It was just like a cross that was crossed out.
That's the Bad Religion logo. Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't know that.
That is the bad. If you see that shirt, that's a Bad Religion, the band shirt.
That's their logo. That's bold.
Yeah, they've gotten. It was a big point of controversy back in 1999 when.
Get out of the saw bag.
Saw bag. Cat's in the saw bag.
Get out of the saw bag.
Cat in a bag full of saws.
We don't need you in there.
Yeah, it was a big point of controversy back in 1999 when kissing was illegal. when kissing was illegal and
you had to go to make out point if you wanted to kiss somebody.
Yeah.
Legally.
When kissing was illegal and the drinking age was 30.
Dot your I's and cross your T's. Can only make out at make out point.
Who's cat? What the fuck? I love it. Kayla,
that is the logo. Thanks for sharing the logo.
Thank you for sharing the logo. That's Nick's new cat, Maisley. When kissing your bro was for fun was illegal. Yes, exactly.
That was illegal, yeah.
Yeah,
it still is in some places.
I guess the Bad Religion logo is probably still a point of controversy, like with some individuals.
Yeah, probably more than you'd think.
Probably more than
in
you'd
Trump's
think.
America.
Which we're still in, by the way.
Again.
Which we're in once more.
We're back
which
in again
Which we
now.
remain again for another time.
We've returned to.
We've returned to Trump's America. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the
Trump.
Not My Weekend podcast.
Welcome back to Trump's America. Took a short break there, just a short 4-year break, but we'll be back for the next 20 years in Trump's America.
Yeah, that's probably the plan. That's probably his plan.
That is probably his plan. I got tear gas the other day. Listen to the Meantime for that.
Yeah, you did.
Well, we talked about it on the Meantime. I'm not going to bring that up on the. It was crazy. That's what I'll say about getting tear gassed. It was crazy.
Hey,
But not like in a wacky way, like in a not fun, like deep injustice.
and in like a kind of like a fascistic, like military police, using the military as police,
using the police as the military.
Yeah,
in like a horrific kind of way,
sort of a very, very anti-First Amendment type thing.
Yeah, so
you're supposed to be able to protest without getting tear gas thrown at you. What
you
the heck?
you sure are. You sure are.
You didn't agitate, did you?
No, I was on a.
You would never agitate.
I was standing. I was
chilling.
I was standing over there. You know, So I just did that whole Jesus bit in front of what we found out later was a Jesus band, but they were so nice, and we followed each other on Instagram, and they're sweethearts. And the name of their band was
I don't recall.
I know, and now I'm using my phone for Instagram Live now.
I can look it up.
Oh yeah, we got another phone here. Noxie. That was the band.
That's Knoxey. Noxie.
Reading Cat. So, and then that show went great. Went fine.
Yeah.
We had a fun time. We played a cool set. It was a cool stage. That was just with Calling All Captains. Forever Came Calling wasn't there yet. We were feeling good. We had fun. There was one dude there who knew all of the words to every single one of our songs, and he was 300 pounds of pure muscle. He was the strongest dude I'd ever met. His name's Brandon. I followed him on Instagram. I gave him a big handshake and dap up after the show.
I'm sure he had other stuff going on too.
I'm sure he's got other stuff going on too, but like obviously he worked super hard on himself. I was like, dude, thank you so much for listening to our band.
He was definitely very strong.
You are. I know you're the strongest person that listens to our band. I know for a fact. He was very sweet. I really liked talking to him. And there were a few people that I realized after the fact were there to see us from the Meantime to then watch Not My Weekend. And I want to say shouts out to those three girls. I think I just didn't realize that that's what they were there for and from until after. They just like said hi and that we liked the set, you know?
Sure,
So that was very cool. Okay, quickly. Reno, Nevada. Not as fun.
Yeah, that show was all right.
Was the worst show of the 6.
It was, but it wasn't like
it
anything
wasn't bad.
to do with
none of the shows were bad.
Like
we had
the
fun.
people who were there or anything like that. It was just sort of again like logistical issues that made that show tricky.
Logistically,
because
weird,
there were
bro.
too many bands and it went too late for a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday night, and we're playing this big room in Reno, Nevada. There was
it was a cool venue, by the way.
It was a cool venue. The problem,
the bill didn't have the draw for a venue like that.
Well,
I guess
the
is
problem
one
was
issue.
they put 3 locals on the show. So it's 3 locals and the 3 touring bands, and we're playing local band, touring band, local band, touring band, local band, touring band on 2 stages in one venue, like it's Warped Tour or When We Were Young Fest or something. And so
and there's like how many people? Maybe like 70 people.
Yeah, 7 like. A little below 100 people for sure, maybe 70 people.
It was like not a bad turnout by any means, but it was like a huge space.
Huge space, big room.
Double stage fiasco with 6 bands. And then we went on stage at like 9:45 p.m.
After
on Wednesday.
Calling All Captains,
Yeah,
who was the
calling.
biggest draw of the night. Oh my God. Calling All Captains was the
and
biggest.
Switch rooms, obviously, yeah.
Forever Came Calling and Calling All Captains are co-headlining the tour. So who has more people coming out to see them kind of depends on where you're at. Calling All Captains had a bigger crowd that night, but the biggest crowd that night was for like the locals with their friends and families there. You know what I mean?
Right, and it was just kind of that type of show in a lot of ways. And it's not like we had a bad turnout or it was bad vibes when we played. It wasn't. The crowd was super fun.
And people who saw us on this wildlife tour were there. And this dude and his girlfriend came just to see us, and they were very nice and picked up a shirt. Otherwise, that was the only shirt we sold that night, and it was the only night on the whole tour.
Because there were 6 bands selling merch.
It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. There were 6. It was a little bit much, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that working out in a different circumstance, but in that particular circumstance, it was just too many bands, too late, too big a space.
Yeah. And then, but it was our first time hanging out with Forever Came Calling, and we got to catch up a little bit. And I got to remind, as a fanboy, I got to remind Joe, the singer of Forever Came Calling, about all the times throughout the last 10 years that we have met each other just through me being like, hey, dude, like your band, from Seven Circle shows in Denver, Colorado, to Warped Tours in Houston, Texas, to like every time I've seen that guy. And then he had this moment of like, oh, yeah, okay, well, it's cool that you're here now. And I was like, thank you. And that means a lot to me. And I think it's evident.
I would probably say a similar thing if I didn't remember somebody.
Yeah, word. I know, I know. Well,
which happens all the time, by the way.
But like, I knew that he wouldn't remember me because like we're just hanging out at the 150 shows. But I also knew that he would remember like the venues and the tours, And it's like, to me, when someone says like I got a flash drive from you on the Green Day tour, I'm like, oh, it's so significant to me that you would be at this place now and like have a memory of that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's really good connective tissue for meeting anybody. Like if you were like just finding out that you like we met that guy that went to our college and we like all want to be friends with that guy now. You know what I mean? Like you were there because we know what that building looks like together. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same concept in my eyes.
Yeah.
Joe is just the sweetest guy, I swear. Yeah, true.
So the third show of the tour
was cool, was dope, right?
Which one was that? After Reno, we went to Sacramento, is that right?
Yeah, Sacramento. Wait, either Sacramento or San Diego.
I think it was Sacramento.
Sacramento first. So we go to Sacramento. That was a great show. I really, really appreciate everyone in this Discord that was at that show. A lot of meanie babies at the Sacramento show, hanging out with people the whole time. I had kind of started going through emotional turmoil, and that got worse as the tour went on, which kind of made it like hard to stay in the moment. Okay, Maisie, don't electrocute yourself.
She's not going to electrocute
Okay, well,
herself.
also don't unplug any of my stuff. Maisie.
I like having her here, but if we're seriously concerned for her safety...
Oh, my God!
Which I'm not.
There she goes. And there she goes. Did you guys just get full cat across the...
Hey, kitty, you want to come here?
Let's go! Surprise Not My Weekend meetup last night. Let's go. Nice. Hell yeah, guys. Highlight of my night, the cat walking across the screen. Let's do it. Nice. Maisie Lee on the pod.
Can't force her to do nothing, but maybe she'll hang.
That's what I'm talking about. You'd be surprised. Nice. Maisie Lee on the pod.
Sacramento was really cool, though.
Sacramento was great. Our
You have specific memories?
Yeah, our front of house had to leave.
Yeah, that is that show.
Our front of house person, who was very sweet, experienced a tough family situation, and had to go that night.
Venue Goldfield?
Goldfield.
Is that right? Yeah.
Goldfield was cool too.
Yeah, that place was cool. I liked the vibes. It reminded me of Wyoming in a lot of ways.
That was our biggest technical difficulty of the tour, because just like the way that we sound checked and everything, we like got on really quickly and we sound checked in front of the audience, which is never fun, but it happens, you know. And then when we started the show, just like our mix and like our monitor mix wasn't stellar.
Oh yeah, I'm getting memories now. I recall that is the show where we had like a weird quad cortex glitch.
That's what we run our guitar through.
Yeah, and I was in the wrong tuning for one of the songs.
Well, and no one even knew
Shut Up. Yeah.
For the Shut Up, but no one even knew you were in the wrong tuning because again.
Yeah, I started playing the riff and I was like, that's not the right note, and I found the right note in the other tuning, and I did my best to play it in the other tuning, but there were a couple of times I was sort of feeling flustered.
I think you just got ducked out in the mix too. Honestly.
I think so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
As soon as it was out of tune, it was.
Yeah, and I remember, and I said that to you right after the show, but like, you can just tell me while I'm singing too. You know what I mean? And I said that, and we'll know that for the future. If you come to a Not My Weekend show, we're a small enough band that there have been plenty of times where I am solving a technical difficulty while, like, I'll be, what am I to you?
Honestly,
and I'll be, like, fixing the show.
I did in my head was just like, I could do that, or I could just kind of pretend everything's fine and no one will know the difference, more than likely.
Yeah, that's true. I guess there's like a risk-reward thing, right? Because, like...
Well, the only problem was it made me all worked up. It made me kind of made me like nervous.
Just get the heebie-jeebies on stage a little bit.
Gave me like the yips.
But we played a really good show, and it was really nice talking to everybody, and it was really nice hanging out with everybody, and it was really nice seeing our friends and the people in this Discord in there. And that was our best merch night, which like saved our asses in terms of like this van that we had to rent. And also this
thanks for buying merch.
Also, this kitten cost $10 million, so that was helpful. It was helpful in acquiring her as well.
No, she was free.
The cat was free. I was just being silly because she's sitting right in front of the screen now. So yeah, that was lovely. San Diego was cool. I had my pigtails in. More Discord friends were at that show as well.
San Diego was cool. Bottom of the hill, right?
The bottom of the hill.
Neat venue. They had like schedules up from years past, and all these neat bands have played there. Like it said like Cake and Modest Mouse, and all these like comedians. Joan Jett at one point.
Yep.
I was like, wow.
Yep. Here's Jade in chat. Hi, Jade. How are you? No, not pigtails for San Diego. What are you talking about? San Diego was the last show. Oh, San Francisco. We're the worst.
Oh, we totally
we are the
mixed up our sands.
We are the worst. Yeah,
I'll totally cop to being the worst. I am the worst.
San Francisco, thank you.
San Francisco, San Diego. What was San Diego then?
I appreciate you. Bottom of the hill is SF. Look at all these people correcting us. We are such assholes. We look like gigantic assholes.
Well, I mean, we
look like clowns.
We are clowns.
Insane. And chat just screaming at us, and we just kept saying San Diego over and over again.
Yeah.
San Francisco, sorry. Christ. That's so embarrassing, and I have no...
which town was bottom of the hill?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
But we want to talk about San Diego.
No, we want to talk about San Francisco because that was next show. That was the next show.
Okay.
Bottom of the hill.
Bottom of the hill was great. That one was cool. What about San Diego, though?
No, it's just later. We'll just talk about that in a second. We're doing them in order. This is so embarrassing. Emily, no! Bro said moving on. No! God damn it.
So back to San Diego.
Stop! Fuck! There's no way out of this. This just is the podcast now.
Does it concern you that you can't tell the difference between the two places?
Of course!
It doesn't concern me for some reason.
Maisley's looking at me with so much concern.
Because you're screaming.
Yeah, well,
she has no understanding of why.
Nick, you're digging a hole that Pat's throwing dirt in.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
No, that's cool. We can keep doing it. I think it's healthy.
What do you mean healthy? Holy fuck. Shit. All right. Bottom of the hill in San Francisco was a good time. I had my pigtails in. So yeah, that was fun. And it was fun hanging out with our Discord friends at that show. And then we moved on straight to... Am I missing a whole show? Reading? Reno? No, we talked about Sacramento. That was San Francisco. Then we went to LA and played probably my favorite. For me, I think that was the most fun I've had playing a Los Angeles show at Permanent Records the next day.
Records.
We made it back to the house. Got a hotel, made it back to the house, unloaded our stuff, and headed on over to a Permanent Records where we played a sold-out show for what in that room is 100 people. A sold-out 100-person show is my favorite kind of show. I had such a good time. And a ton of our friends were there. A ton of our friends were drunk, which makes it more fun, too.
Yeah, alcohol's great.
Alcohol's fantastic. Me, I'm always drinking it.
No downsides.
I love alcohol. There's never been a downside,
downsides.
And me, I love to be wasted and drunk.
Yeah,
as
like
well.
at work.
Work, school, home, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
for
Saturday, Sunday.
Infants, elderly people.
Alcohol for babies, alcohol for toddlers, alcohol for old people.
That's how they do it in France. They just give you wine. It's just wine all day.
And everyone
bread.
loves French people. Everyone's always like, we love the French people. They're so good. We love the French. Oh, God, I love a French person.
Americans and Frenches have beef. We've got beef. Understandably. Americans...
Oh,
yeah.
America.
Spit on you. Filthy American.
Filthy American. I spit when you sing your pop punk music. I hate it.
Oh, your pop punk.
Your papa punk. It sounds so bad. I hate it.
You don't have any discotheque.
Oh, you don't have one discotheque song? You have no discotheque song?
You just vote for your Donald Trump.
Not my weekend, your pop punk music. You just love, you vote for your Donald Trump. You move on. We hate you. You no discotheque.
With your sassafras in your saloons. With your sarsaparilla. Oh. Very bad. Hey, sorry, France.
No,
my bad.
No, we're not.
I apologize, France. You're a storied nation.
Fuck France. Fuck the French, man. I was there. It was annoying. It was dumb.
No, you're a storied nation with a rich culture.
I was at the top of the fucking Eiffel Tower, and it wasn't even that cool. Screw you guys, man.
No, you guys have some cool stuff over in France.
All your museums were closed the day I was there. It was a Monday.
Most of your criticisms of America are probably valid.
God. Nick hates San Francisco but apologizes to France? What a great point, Emmeline. What a fantastic point.
San Francisco's great. I love everybody in San Francisco.
I love anything Fran. France, San Francisco.
Any place that starts with San.
Fran Drescher. Anything Fran adjacent.
A nanny named Fran. I like San Bernardino.
Every San and every Fran is A-OK with Not My Way. That's us.
I would be banned from the Discord if I were in it.
Hey,
probably.
Wait, is it fuck Fran Drescher? Why? Is someone
what did Fran Drescher do?
Is someone for real about that, or are you just being silly? Fran Drescher's a Trumper? Wait, no, there's no way Fran Drescher is like the SAG-AFTRA union leader and also a Trump supporter, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. People.
A very loud trumpet? Really?
People are complicated.
Very, very loud?
I didn't know this.
And anti-vaccine, and she's like running the union for SAG-AFTRA? What? That's so confusing. That makes me feel confused. It doesn't seem like those would go together. I don't know. I don't pay attention. Everyone knows I spend most of my time watching my cartoons, but it makes me feel confused.
I feel like a lot of 90s sitcom folks are like Trump people these days.
No, it's just Roseanne, and you know it.
Sure, so there's Roseanne and there's Fran.
Damn
it! Do you know about Seinfeld? Is he into Trump? I don't know. I don't keep tabs on all these people.
I hope you guys are having fun. This is a fucked episode of the show.
Google says Fran is not into Trump.
Okay, good.
Yeah, let's do our research.
Yeah, let's do our research on the iPhone. You got one of those.
I could research as well. Hey, Grok. Nah, don't ask Grok for stuff, people.
What's Grok?
You don't know what Grok is? It's the Twitter bot, the Twitter AI.
Oh, yes, yeah, forget that. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're still on Twitter, which why would you be? I am for some reason, but people will be responding to like bait, being like, "Is this bait at Grok?"
Oh, I get
and
it.
Grok
I get
will
it.
be like, "Yes, this is bait."
Yeah. Wait, okay, was Riz just wrong? Wait, was Riz just wrong? I swear to God, is Riz just thinking of a different person? This is so funny if we were like, I can't believe you, Fran Drescher, for a good portion of this Not My Weekend music podcast, and then she just isn't a Trump supporter. That's so funny. She said in all caps on Twitter, I am not a Trump supporter. When, dude, Riz, time out. Someone ban Riz for a minute. Is there a mod in chat? Ban Riz for a minute. Timeout. Riz, you're on timeout. That's crazy. The first Not My Weekend timeout. Jared does it all the time.
Yeah,
You're a
Fran
mod.
Drescher, to her credit,
I should know you're a mod.
She's straight up anti-capitalist.
Ban yourself. Ban yourself 1 minute. She's straight up anti-capitalist. Ban yourself 1 minute. Fran Drescher's the GOAT.
She supported Hillary Clinton.
This is so funny. This is so funny.
By the way, so did Donald Trump.
Oh, right.
If you want to talk about flip-floppers.
This is so funny.
You want to talk about someone who's been on both sides of every issue.
Okay, she's still anti-vax. She backed him in 2024. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I'll include this in the podcast because we've gone too far. We've gone too far. This is too in the weeds. We're deep in the weeds. We're so far in the weeds.
I wound up referring to the Google AI overview
I'm
after
so
making
confused.
fun of Grok.
That's not...
we live in a hellscape with the AI stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, we do live in a hellscape. You're absolutely right. We live in a hellscape. Fuck AI overview. You're right. It's a hellscape. We're too in the weeds, guys. Let's...
It's going to be better at research. It's going to be really good soon. It's not now.
Dude, okay. All right. Let's take a deep breath.
AI? You want to talk about AI?
No, I don't. Let's take a deep breath and talk about the tour so we can just be done. Let's just talk about these other two shows. This was already funny. I can already think of what the funny clips are. Now I just want to finish. Just, okay.
My voice is blue?
They were talking about that the other day. Okay.
What do you mean my voice is blue?
They said my voice is green.
It's like a synesthesia thing?
I think so, yeah.
Nice. You cool, dude?
Yeah, we're good.
So San Diego, is that where we are?
No, we're in LA at Permanent Records.
Oh, I thought we said everything. That was cool because they also had a bottom of the hill at that venue.
Just a literal one. There was a bottom of the hill at the...
That's like where the records are.
At a bottom of the hill. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right.
Seems like a fun place to skateboard.
Of all... It would be a fun place to skateboard.
It's like a ramp.
What's going on with you? This is killer Nick Hudson energy. I feel like you don't bring this every Not My Weekend. You got to bring this every time. This is crazy. A good place to skateboard? And we're Weezered. Fuck. Shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, crap.
Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly.
Damn heck.
Oh
anyway, you were saying, so it's a fun place to skateboard. Continue.
I felt very rushed. I felt like I wasn't ready to play. Our friends were there. Our sound check was running late. Joe from Forever Came Calling twisted his ankle the night before, so he was at urgent care. And then I got to sound check and sing a Forever Came Calling song in his place. That was very fun. That was a big moment for me personally. And then we got on stage and we played obviously our show opening for This Wildlife at Regent Theater was more people. And our show at Chain Reactions, both of our shows at Chain Reactions were very, very fun, but those are technically Anaheim, California. So as far as Los Angeles proper goes, that was my favorite LA show. For me, like, my favorite thing in the world is people singing the songs. And our friends were there singing the songs, and people that know us were there singing the songs. And we just got to hang out and have fun and be in a sold-out LA show. And Calling All the Captains killed it, and Forever Came Calling killed it. And it's just a really, really good night.
Yeah.
And we met two people that went to the University of Wyoming, where we all graduated, just by sheer happenstance. And that was awesome. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love bumping into some alma mater in LA.
In Los Angeles. I know.
LA
and
people?
the guy,
few and far between.
What's
We're
his name?
A rare breed.
Hendrix. His artist's name is Barry Hendrix or something cool like that.
Of course, also doing music.
And he kills it. He's awesome. He's so cool. And he was on the University of Wyoming football team. And he was like, "Did you guys say you were went to UW?" And I was like, "Yes!" That was so cool. So
amazing.
Cool. Amazing.
Do you remember his name? We can shout him out.
I just was trying to. Barry Hendrix. That's what I'm saying.
Barry Hendrix.
It's like his artist name is...
Sweet.
I know...
Yeah, check it out.
I know that he was using the last name Hendrix. I'm pretty sure it's Barry Hendrix. I'll double check when we're off, but if you go to Not My Weekend's Instagram, we're following him. So you could just look up Hendrix, and we're not following a Jimi Hendrix fan account. So it's just check. Actually, just check on your phone right now.
Sure.
Just look.
Jimi Hendrix is sick, by the way.
Well, yeah, Jimi Hendrix is sick.
You ever heard of the Jimi Hendrix Experience?
Yes, I have. Shit, fine.
You ever heard?
You got me. That's so funny.
Let me stand next to your fire. It's good.
I've heard Let Me Stand Next to His Fire.
You know Little Wing?
Would you go to the Instagram?
You do it.
No, I'm on the live.
Here.
It's Barry Hendricks. I had it right. I should have trusted my instinct.
Barrry.
Barry Hendricks. And then the final, that was a great show. We go home, sleep in my house, sleep in our house. And then the final show in San Diego at the House of Blues.
House of Blues.
Where we met and made lots of new friends. A couple people there for the
totally
meantime.
Different town from San Francisco.
Totally different place from San Francisco. Hanging out with Pixie Cattoos. Go follow her on Instagram if you're not. She's great. Hanging out with some people from the Discord. Hanging out with people that just knew of the meantime and were there. Hanging out with a couple people that were fans of the band. And then just hanging out with a very, very talkative crowd that didn't know us. But like while
they were there to have an awesome time.
They were there to have an awesome time. They were very fun and just very talkative. Like while we were on stage saying things like, man, I like that song. And like saying, I really like this part and this part. Like while we're still doing it. And I'm up there like, okay, thanks. We're going to play another. You know?
Man, that lyric in the second half of the bridge, that totally got me.
Yes. Like while we're still up there, I was like, this is fun. This is a fun energy. We played the House of Blues Big Room. For what reason, we do not know.
Yeah, Lady Gaga had played that room.
Yeah,
Childish Gambino played that room. I was like, what the hell are we doing?
Well, to be fair, I played that room DJing an emo night.
Yeah, that's emo night.
Yeah, it is emo night.
People love that. They'll turn out for that like it's Childish Gambino.
Yeah, they will. We were scheduled to be in the Voodoo Room, which is the small room at House of Blues. And none of the bands, even right now, know why. Probably just because they double booked us and the other show sold less tickets. But we ended up in the larger room with about 200 people. So we were nervous that it was just going to look empty, but it felt fine. I mean, it was a small House of Blues big room, but like the TikToks that we posted from that stage make us look like rock stars, and I think they're kind of working for that exact reason. So I feel very grateful that we ended up getting to play on that stage.
Well, right. We look like rock stars because of the way we were rocking on the big stage with the cool crowd.
Also, I would really like to convince Noah that in the future we do drums, me, you, like in a row like that. We played for the first time where Noah was playing drums to the left of me and Nick is playing guitar to the right, and it's the three of us like kind of in the front together. And I had so much fun. Noah's cymbals were not in our in-ears. We were bopping all around. I felt like I was actually playing with him, like I was playing the set with Noah, like for the first time ever, maybe, you know? I love that. Do you guys?
It was a great show.
Chat, do you guys like that stage setup, like aesthetically, especially if there's three of us? If it's like drummer, then me in the middle, and Nick on the right, like in a row like that, because it was so. I loved it so much. Yeah, sounds.
I think
dope.
aesthetically, it'd be best if you were like up interacting with the crowd, right? And I were like on a harness, like sort of flying around over the crowd and over the stage. And then Noah was in like a hamster wheel where he's like right side up, upside down, right side up, upside down. Yeah.
While he's playing the drums?
Yeah, sort of Motley Crue style.
Yeah, no, I know. I know that part. But Motley Crue, it's like a big turning like apparatus. You want him to be in a hamster wheel?
Yeah, like a hamster wheel. If you've ever seen one of those.
Yeah, like that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean 2 where they're doing the sword fight in the big wheel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
But Noah playing drums.
And I'm like underwater, but in a boat at the same time, and that's how I'm getting my air. Is 'cause there's a pocket in the boat of air, and I'm shredding.
But you're also on a harness?
Yeah, I'm flying.
I'm flying around the room underwater in a boat, flying around the room underwater in a boat.
Train on the water, boat on the tracks.
And I'm interacting with the crowd.
Yeah. You're up there like giving high fives.
Woo! Yeah! Look at that guy underwater in the sky.
You're like pointing at people, they're pointing at you, you know, pop punk.
But me and Noah can't stress this enough. Hamster wheel, water boat in the sky. Underwater, but on a boat in the sky.
Yeah, like on the Jumbotron.
That's
We're playing to like 10,000 people in a big field. That's my ideal stage setup, as long as we're just pontificating.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's perfect. That's what we'll do. That's great.
But yeah, also we could do like drums up front.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a very, for reasons not related to the tour, that was a very emotionally difficult day for me. And I very much, this is the San Diego show, and I very much appreciate the people at that show and my friends, Nick, Noah, Sam, and Jordan. Jordan, who was our photographer for the latter two shows and is about to be our roommate and will probably be our photographer for future tours because we're all best friends now. And who did our recent TikToks and did every recent photo of us. So go check out Jordan Altergot on Instagram. But yeah, you guys were all super supportive to me when I was having a really bad day. And it's really interesting that those days happen, whether tour is happening or not. And it's a bummer that it happened over only like 1 or 6 days, but it just does sometimes. And like, I still think about it with so much fun and happiness and joy in my heart. And that's just like one of the weird things about tour, where I'm like, I know I was having a bad day, but I only remember like a bunch of cool stuff we did. It's an overstimulating feeling, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, friendship. Yeah, I guess we wouldn't be a pop punk band if I wasn't Pat actually going to sing from the rafters of the Phantom of the Opera. That brief bit where this chat was modless almost descended into chaos for a second. Yeah. Please, Nick, I am cried. And Jordan, you almost bulldozed. Oh yeah, Jordan. During that show, I went out to the crowd to sing "Knock Me Out," and Jordan slammed into the back of my leg while I was in between jumping from the stage to the crowd, and I laughed so hard. Not because I cared that she ran into me, we're doing a performance. It totally makes sense that we would bump into each other. But she looked at me like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I couldn't stop laughing for the remainder of Knock Me Out. Did not care that we bumped into each other, only laughing that she was mortified that it happened. She was really like, am I in trouble? And I was like, no. We just slammed into each other. There's video of it, of us just going, it was good.
That also reminds me of the LA show where Sam let out a real loud, "What am out of you?"
Oh, dude.
What am out of you?
What am out of you? What am out of you? At the beginning of our song, Shut Up, the lyric is, what am I to you? And our friends often do this inside joke where they say, what am I to you? And we were singing the song, and it's a quiet part of the song where I just go, what am I to you? This real intimate, part of the tune.
It's how the song starts.
It's how the song begins. And Sam is, I do that with you guys all the time because I live with you.
Yeah, he's Sam, I'm Nick.
Yeah, I know.
You're Pat.
Sam's in the crowd and he just goes, what am I to you? Right after I start the song. And I just burst out laughing for the entire first verse of our song, Shut Up. Oh, Maisie, you want to let her upstairs?
Wants out, yeah.
She got to go upstairs.
Ooh,
I would like to go upstairs. You guys haven't been funny for the last 10 minutes. You guys haven't mentioned cat stuff once. You haven't mentioned catnip. You haven't mentioned long naps. You haven't mentioned time in the sun. You haven't mentioned playing on a scratch post. This is a horrible podcast. I would like to go upstairs. Meow. 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 I'm done with your shit. Meow.
But we're probably about to wrap it up anyway.
That was the Forever Came Calling on the Captain's Tour. It was great. We did that last show between Nick's car and Jordan, our photographer's car. Again, thank you again, because we had to return that van we rented in a haste, and I've still got to pay Nick back for that van. I have yet to, because the other van isn't fixed.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up at some point.
Yeah, it's still in my account, but I think we'll come in. I think unfortunately we're still going to come in a little bit less than we put into that van. But I'll sell the remainder of our merch and try and get you square. Or I'll give you an amount of money and ask you if you're okay with it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, word.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, we knew that was going to be tough. If we were on that full tour, it wouldn't have even been a worry. But we're going to tour again in the fall. You're going to see Not My Weekend again in the fall, and that'll figure everything out.
Someone's asking when we're going to do a Coldplay show. Yeah, we're doing an all Coldplay covers show really soon. We're gonna do Fix You.
Where?
We're gonna do The Scientist.
Where's the show?
At the Met Gala.
It's at a museum?
Yeah.
What? Is it free or is it ticketed?
It's very expensive.
How expensive? Is it just us? Or are there openers?
Well, it's us, and we're covering Coldplay. We're doing all the hits. We're gonna do Viva La Vida. Oh yeah.
How much are the tickets?
I don't want to scare anyone away.
Well, they've got to buy them if they're going to the show.
If you know, you know.
What do you mean if you...
People who will be there, and if you're not there, you're square.
Is there
all I'll say.
Is there a clamoring for us covering Coldplay songs?
Yeah, that's what they were just saying in chat. That's the whole reason I'm doing this bit that I'm now out on a limb on.
I used to rule the world.
Yeah, no, I see what you guys are saying. You're saying we should cover Coldplay.
Holy shit. Oh, it wasn't even what they were asking? Holy fuck. No, Nick, cosplay. What are you guys even asking about? I don't even know what's happening.
Oh, codplay?
Cosplay.
Like
fish? Like Call of Duty?
No, like pretending to be a cod, like flopping around, fish out of water.
What are you guys talking about? What's going on?
No, I'm sorry.
Cosplay show. We're playing a cosplay show.
I was deliberately misinterpreting what people in chat were saying, and that's my bad. That was sort of fucked up. It was rude of me.
I can't, dude.
Presumptuous, churlish.
We're gonna do a Halloween show this year. We'll dress up as Coldplay at the Halloween show. We'll dress up in costumes, which is
do a Coldplay cosplay, yeah. And everybody's happy.
At the Halloween show, we're gonna do a Coldplay cosplay, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah, and what's the song? All of the teardrops are gonna be waterfalls.
I really appreciate anyone that's been here this whole time. Have you guys had fun? We've been in here for like an hour. Has this been fun? I'm losing my fucking mind. I feel like my head's gonna explode.
Look at your head.
All right, I'm not going to end chat, but I'm going to sign off of the Not My Weekend podcast. Thank you guys for listening to the Not My Weekend podcast. Follow us on all of our socials. Follow me on my Instagram. Follow Nick on his Instagram, which we might revamp right now.
Sure.
Love y'all. We're kind of having a little bit of a TikTok moment. So stream 2004 specifically. Stream it, put it on a loop, tell your friends, put it in a playlist, share it with people. I'm just trying to catch a moment so our band can be more famous. We're going to play shows in the fall. Look forward to a couple Zoom episodes, maybe a couple episodes with guests, but then we'll be back to Nick and Pat time as it is intended around August. So yeah, happy summer. Listen to the meantime. Listen to our band, Not My Weekend.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? Anyone else we want to shout out before we go?
Shout out Forever Came Calling. Shout out Calling All Captains.
Go support them on the tour that's still happening right now.
Shout out Melissa.
Shout out Melissa for being our front of house. Shout out Jordan for taking our pictures.
Yes, of course.
Shout out
Jordan.
Shout out. Listen to Forever Came Calling's new song, still the Mick Foley of pop punk. Listen to Calling All Captains EP, Emotion Sickness. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Noah Hammontree.
Shout out Noah Hammontree, who is our drummer and best friend. All right. Love y'all. Happy pod. Bye.